So you've been asked to preach for the first time and your stomach dropped. You're scared you'll freeze up, forget your words, or just do a bad job. By the end of this video, you'll know how to preach your first message from your own life, nerves and all. And I'll actually build one with you start to finish. Let me take you back to my first sermon, because I did the exact thing I'm about to tell you not to do. I was a senior in high school. I felt called by God. This chance to preach finally came, and I wanted to nail it. So here's what I did. I took one of my pastor's sermons and I copied it word for word. Pastor Wright had been preaching for years and he was really good at it. So I listened to his sermon, wrote down exactly what he said, and I planned to say exactly what he said. Now picture the scene with me. A hot church attic, the kind where the air just sits there. An older gentleman who helped with the youth, and about 5 kids, 12 and 13 years old, shoes squeaking on the floor, elbowing each other, fidgeting in their seats. And I stood up and preached a grown man's sermon for adults to a handful of middle schoolers. It was long, it was hot, it was boring. I could feel it falling apart while it was still coming out of my mouth. I wanted to do so well, and I did so badly. Now, right about now, you might be thinking, okay, Shawn, if I can't copy anyone and I'm this scared, where does a sermon even come from? I have a blank page, a blank mind, a blank screen. That blank, panicked feeling is the exact reason I grabbed Pastor Wright's sermon in the first place. So let me hand you the better way out. Before we go on, here's the one thing I want you to hold on to. Pull your first sermon out of your life. Not your pastor's life, not somebody else's life, yours. And I'm not going to hand you a checklist. Do this first, do this second, because that turns preaching into a school assignment. Preaching is much simpler and more personal than that. Now let me show you why that works by showing you why my way failed. My sermon flopped because the words weren't mine. And here's the part I wish someone had told me. Copying a great preacher isn't the easy move. Actually, it's the hardest thing you can do. Someone else's words don't flow out of your mouth naturally. You forget them because you have no real connection to them. But your own life, you can't forget that. And that's the whole point. And here's what makes your own story more than enough. Think about who's actually sitting in front of you. They don't expect an experienced preacher. They don't expect a flawless message. They already know it's your first time. So they expect nerves. They expect a stumble or two. And they are rooting for you the entire time. They didn't come to hear a perfect sermon. They came to hear you. So when you copy somebody else's sermon, you throw away the grace the room already handed you and the one thing they actually came for, which was to hear you. Now let me say this quick, then we'll keep going. There will come a day when you want a structure to lean on, a real path from scripture to a finished sermon. When that day comes, I built a free one-page worksheet that walks you through that exact process. The link is down below. Grab it and keep it for later, but not now. For your first few sermons, it starts simpler than any worksheet you could ever get. It starts with you. First, pray. Before you write a single word, stop and pray. Ask God to calm you and give you peace. Then remind yourself of one thing. He is the one who asked you to do this. He is not going to leave you standing up there alone. The nerves will start to shrink the second the weight comes off of you and goes back on to Him. Then wait for the topic. As you pray, God will plant something in you. Your only job is to wait for it. Maybe it comes as a Bible verse. Maybe it's a song that's stuck in your head. Maybe it's a memory from your own life. You're not squeezing a topic out of thin air. You're receiving one from God. Then develop the topic. Whatever God planted in you, develop it. If it's a verse, show what it means and why the verse matters. If it's a song, explain the words, explain what it's really saying. If it's a memory, tell the experience and pull a meaning out of it. And when you can, lean on story wherever you can. The more personal it is to you, the easier it is to share, and the easier it is to remember. And this is the whole reason it beats copy. When the sermon comes out of your own life, you can't forget it because you lived it. You can't fake it because it's yours. And you won't freeze up halfway through because you're not reciting something. You're just telling your experience. Like I promised at the beginning, I want to build one with you, start to finish. So I spent time praying, and God brought a memory to mind. That becomes the seed, that becomes the topic. Now it's time to develop it. I was the first person in my family to follow Jesus. And when I did, my family teased me. They mocked me. They gave me a hard time for it. But I felt God telling me one thing: stay faithful. So I did. I kept reading my Bible. I kept praying before I ate, even when they laughed at me. I kept going to church. And about 3 years later, something happened I never expected. My mom, my stepdad, my brother, and both of my sisters all gave their lives to Christ. We started going to church together as a family. And through the whole thing, one verse kept coming back to me time and time again. John chapter 13, verse 35. By this, everyone will know you are my disciples if you love one another. The big idea was simple: a love that outlasted the mocking. That's it. That's a whole sermon. And I didn't borrow a single line of it. The topic was my memory. The verse grew right out of it. And I could stand up and preach that from my heart, nerves and all, because it actually happened to me. Your story will look nothing like mine. And that is exactly the point. When the sermon is yours, you'll preach it the way I just did, from the heart, because you lived it. Maybe you're sitting there thinking, but Shawn, my life isn't that interesting. My story's too small. And shouldn't I learn how to structure a sermon first? Let me be honest with you, because I don't want to hand you something that breaks later. This is your first sermon, and the first few after it. It's the on-ramp, not the highway. Preaching from your own life is how you build the confidence while your hands are still shaking. The deeper study, the structure, all of that comes later. Right now, your only job is to preach something that's true, something that's yours. You do not need to sound like your pastor. You do not need a perfect sermon. And you definitely don't need somebody else's sermon. Don't pull your first sermon out of thin air. Pull it out of your life. Preach your life. Preaching felt hard for me too, until I learned 4 techniques that changed everything. I break all 4 of them down right here. Go watch that video next. Thanks for watching. I'll see you there.